Hello dear friends, welcome again to the daily current affairs session for prelims brought to you by Ekam IAS. Today on the 20th of April 2018 we are going to have some of the few topics of world economy and environment level. So groundswell preparing for internal climate migration. It's a report published by World Bank. We will have what it is, we will have a look at what it is. Cybersecurity Tech Accord is another something which is related to cyber space, cyber security, collaboration of many institutes, many organizations. E-Sanat is an Indian government initiative, which is a digital initiative under the Digital India campaign. World Economic Outlook by IMF, Green Building Code. Let's have a look on each of these topics. So first one is about internal climate migration. So recently World Bank released a groundswell preparing for internal climate migration report. It's a World Bank report. They usually releases reports on various aspects of particularly the developing and the least developed countries, the problems faced by them, or the issues that has to be mitigated, the issues that have to be mitigated, including climate change and other things. So if an option comes, who releases this, don't cancel out World Bank, because they releases report on many aspects of different initiatives, different issues that are being faced by various developing and least developed countries. So particularly this one is about climate migration. Now what is climate migration? The report says briefly that due to climate change, due to the different onset of climatic events like delaying of rain, pre-pouring of rain, and increase in the temperature, increase in the rainfall, decrease in the rainfall, all those things will result in a kind of migration, internal migration, like one part of the country to another part of the country. That is called internal migration or in-country migration. So they say that by 2050, if the climate problems, the climate change problems are not mitigated, or we don't take action right now, World Bank says that almost these three continents, Latin America, South Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa, almost every countries belonging to this area will have to migrate from their present living habitation to some other place inside their country itself to have a safe place without this climate change effect. So that is what the report basically says. So it says that in Latin America, South Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, over 143 million people would be forced to migrate by 2050. That's what the report says. Now what is the reason? The reason is just the climate, the slow onset of climate events. That means a change in the climatic events. So they actually examines the impact of internal or in-country migration due to climate change. See, presently also many people, including India, see this South Asia includes India also. So we will also be forced to migrate to different parts like Himachal Pradesh or somewhere else because of this increased scorching sunlight. Even now in the month of April, NASA says the February, March and April of 2018 were the hottest February, March and April till now. So again, so these are the reasons we can visually see right now. So what will be the case in 2050 if climate change mitigation effects are, actions are not taken. So why these three areas are taken, Latin America, Sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia? Because 55% of the developing world's population, now among the developing countries, 55% of the population rests in these areas, Latin America, Sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia. Poorest and most climate vulnerable areas are the subjects they are taking for the study, because those are the people, those are the group which will be particularly focused or vulnerable to climate change compared to other developed countries of Australia or Europe or US, etc. So that is why these poorest and most climate vulnerable areas are taken for such a kind of an experimentation. Major climate hotspot, these are the major climate hotspots because we have the tropical area, and all these countries are belonging to this tropic, from Tropic of Cancer to Capricorn. So that is why these are the most climate hotspot areas, climate hotspot area. So let's have some scheme diagram. See, this is directly from their report, these images. What they say, what are the reasons? Decreasing crop productivity, shortage of water, rising sea level, global warming again. So the most poorest people will be forced to migrate because of these reasons. What is that? That is what they basically highlight. What are the reasons? If we go deeper, we have many other reasons also. like marine pollution is there, air pollution is there, the land degradation is there, soil fertility, many reasons are there. So these are 86 million from Africa, 40 million from our Indian subcontinent including Pakistan and Afghanistan. So entire India is also part of this report. Again 17 million from Latin America. Latin America includes Mexico, that is what the highlight. Latin America includes Mexico. Latin America means the South America plus some of the Central American countries who speak Spanish language. That is Latin America. So now among these continents, from each continent they take a very vulnerable country or very vulnerable area. So each one country from each continent, that is Ethiopia, they have taken from Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, Bangladesh from our Indian subcontinent, and Mexico from Latin America they have taken. So that why? Because pause the video, just have a look at why these three countries are taken. Like, see, Ethiopia is one of the most populated countries, most highly population growth is being visible in this country. 85% the population growth will be more than 85% by 2050. So that is the reason why Ethiopia is taken. Now Bangladesh also, again, because of very high migration is taking place in Bangladesh to and from, including the Rohingya and the Bangladeshi Bengalis coming to India and all those. So again Mexico, one of the very much highlighted country where migration is taking place from Mexico to both illegal as well as legal migration. The building of the wall by Trump is one of the example, the key topic or hot topic. So these three countries they have taken from each continent. So what are the actions, or what should be the actions we must take to mitigate or to prevent this kind of a situation by 2050? They say, like, again the same one: cut greenhouse gas emission, embed this report into the developmental planning. So each country should embed this migration or internal migration in their development planning. Invest to understand the internal climate migration. These are the things that they say, World Bank say that we must do to prevent such a action. Now cybersecurity, next news is about cybersecurity accord. So the news was just that some 30 global technology firms including Facebook, Google, ARM, etc., they have signed up a digital Geneva Convention. So digital Geneva Convention is related to cybersecurity. That is what the question is. Now what did they pledge? They pledged that they will never take part in cyber attacks against any individuals or business corporations. That is what they pledged. Facebook, Microsoft, ARM, Trend Micro are the major firms who took part in this the digital Geneva Convention. It's basically a major agreement among software companies. They pledge to protect their users as well as other individuals as well as business corporations around the globe against cyber threats. They also pledge that they will abstain from helping any government trying to launch a cyber attack to their enemy countries. So that is what, it's a very good initiative by the major software firms. So just have a related idea, that's all. No need to go into deep. It is by a group of software companies, global software companies, including Facebook, Microsoft, etc. So the next news is about e-Sanad, again a digital news. e-Sanad is by the Minister of State of Human Resource Development, not MHRD, Minister of State. It's just it's an app, actually. It is an app, or it's a portal for to have verification of attestation documents. So we don't for attesting we need various attestation from various departments like Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs, etc., including the state as well as central government for various purposes. We also need many attestation from various embassies. If we have to send the documents abroad to a country, for example UAE, we need the attestation of UAE embassy from India as well as Ministry of External Affairs of their UAE. The name is like Ministry of Foreign Affairs of UAE. So that kind of attestation, which needs much much time, much delay, much effort. We need to go to the place where the embassy is located. It is not available to the remote area people. So for mitigating all this pending, delaying and all those of attestation work, a new initiative which is faceless, no need to interact with any people, cashless, contactless, paperless document attestation services. So that is what e-Sanad is. So e-Sanad is a website, it's a portal where we can upload the document which we need to attest from any of the departments. So there will be list of many departments or ministries or embassies, etc., from where we can get attestation without any visiting any office. So that is what e-Sanad is. All the qualities, all the advantages are there written here. You can have a just look. Ministry of State for HRD is the one who is taking initiative of this. Now National Academic Depository is collaborating with them. So e-Sanad will make it easier for National Academic Depository. Learn about National Academic Depository is a very good topic actually. So it will benefit the applicants in India and also those who are traveling abroad. It will facilitate digital verification by foreign governments also. This kind of statement you may make mistake. Foreign governments also, not all but many of them will be covered under this. This will save precious time and money for applicants, and this is developed and designed and developed by NIC, National Informatics Center. That is the whole news about this. Okay, next one is World Economic Outlook. This is a news. Why? Because they have a biannual report published, that is World Economic Outlook by IMF. So IMF every 2 years they evaluate different economies across the country, including India. They project the the growth rate. What will be the growth rate this year? What will be in the next year? What is the different ranking of GDP wise ranking of different countries? So this year, April 2018 World Economic Outlook, we have two good news. That is India is the world's 6th largest economy. We have replaced France. France was 6th and we were 7th. So India got a one step jump. We replaced France to become the 6th largest economy, and the top 5 are US, China, Japan, Germany and United Kingdom. So no Russia in this. Russia is behind us always. So no Russia in the top 5 or top 6. So the GDP they predict in this year is 7.4% in 2018, and the next year it will be like 7.8%. So good news for the India government, because we have seen many reforms, economic reforms in the past 2 years, including the GST. Now GST is seen by different economic agencies worldwide as a good economic reform, which will increase the tax base, which will decrease the tax evasion and all this money laundering, etc. It will have a good effect on people's parity towards tax paying and a very good indirect tax network. That is what GST is seen as a reform. So it reduces internal barriers to trade. Yes, it increases efficiency and improve tax compliance. So that is what the reports say about India in particular. So two things: 7.4 in this year, next year 7.8%, and India is seen as the world's 6th largest economy. And this report is surveyed for almost more than 180 countries across the globe. So that is what with criteria of key macroeconomic indicators such as GDP, inflation, current account and fiscal balance deficit. So have a good knowledge about IMF as well as World Economic Outlook. Now World Economic Forum is different, okay, so to distinguish it. Now Green Building Code. Last week we have seen Green Core Rating. Green Core Rating is a rating of industries by degree of their environmental pollution, what kind of gases they how they pollute the environment by land, water and air. So accordingly they will be ranked as more environment friendly will be ranked high, and the least one will be ranked below. So we have seen the platinum, gold, bronze, etc., all those ratings. So this is something different. This is by Bureau of Energy Efficiency under Ministry of Power. So they launched a green building code for commercial buildings, not all the housing buildings, for commercial buildings, to have, it starts from the beginning to all these stakeholders of this buildings, how the architects, the builders, the construction engineers, the civil engineers, etc. They should practice, or they should give guidelines for a good design of green building. That is what this green building code is about. So all those who are building any commercial building, who all are the stakeholders, like architects, designers are there, civil engineers, they should follow certain practices, they should follow some engineering technologies to have a green building, energy efficient building. So that is what the whole concept is. So it is for the stakeholders who prescribe the energy performance levels of new commercial buildings. Architects, builders, design and other engineers are coming under this. Now this green building code is also named as Energy Conservation Building Code ECBC by Bureau of Energy Efficiency. So they set the minimum standard, they set parameters to integrate renewable energy source in the building. They also have this passive strategies where daylighting and natural ventilation will be highlighted. So daylighting means utilization of solar power inside the home. We should not put on the light in the morning, that is what they say, and natural ventilation to avoid this air conditioners and fan all the time. So that is what daylighting and natural ventilation, which comes under passive strategies. It also aims to optimize the energy savings by almost, they say, almost 50%, and prefer life cycle cost effectiveness. How we can how we can have a cost effective life cycle, that is what they say. And the ultimate aim always is to have an energy neutrality in commercial buildings. So very good topic actually. It has have a lots of facts. Now let's compare some of the green initiatives by different organizations. See, we have seen already this Bureau of Energy Efficiency building code in the left corner, left below corner. So that is by BEE. Then we have seen in the last week Green Core rating, that is by CII, Confederation of Indian Industries. So they rate industries, not commercial buildings. Green Core rating rates industries, not commercial building, by initiative by CII. Now USGBC, it is United States Green Building Code. United States Green Building Code is an organization who take initiative of leadership for environmental designing of building. And this Griha 5 rating is by TERI. TERI is an institute in Delhi. It's an energy research institute of Delhi. So have a good distinguishing statements or knowledge about all these 4 green initiatives. Now you can add more if you have in mind. You can add in comments so that others can also get to know what are the different green initiatives for buildings and industries and all those commercial buildings, etc. So I'm winding up here. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Study well.